Hi everyone, Alan Abbas here from Windsor, Ontario. This is my latest flip. It's a mobile home just outside of Windsor. Come check it out. So we've done quite a bit of work to the exterior. We actually put a brand new roof on. And let me just back up for a second. So at this specific park, they have a list of repairs that the new owner is required to do. So this is why when I purchased it, had just a flat roof. I had to put on a pitched roof or a peaked roof with shingles. I had to install the soffit, fascia, eaves trough, gutters. There was a deck here, but it wasn't the greatest shape. It was actually kind of rotten. So we put a brand new deck on here. Replaced all the windows. We even installed the mini split system, so it's an electric system that does heating and cooling. Changed the light fixture, exterior door, and we did a little bit of landscaping. There were some shrubs there, so I just asked my contractor to put some black mulch out front just to make it look better. And one last thing, there was actually a shed on that cement pad back there, but it was totally dilapidated, so we just knocked it down. I didn't bother to replace it, but the new owner can be welcome to replace it and have a shed for storage. And come on in, check out the inside. It looks really sharp. So as you guys can see, we renovated this place to the nines. It looks impeccable. We got the living room here. We have the kitchen over here with the kitchen table, dining area. There's actually a wall going here, right up until almost here with a closet. It just really divided the floor space here and didn't look that great, so we opted to going with the open concept. For those of you that may not know, these mobile homes usually have paneling, so it's not drywall, it's not plaster, it's all paneling. So we replaced the paneling, we replaced the insulation, did a minor framing stuff to just reinforce it, and obviously drywall, mud, tape, paint, and we went with the vinyl flooring. This floor looks really sharp. It almost looks like engineered hardwood. As I mentioned, we changed the windows. This is a header for the mini split system. So this is one of 4. We have 3 others for each of the bedrooms. Again, this is a 3-bed, 1-bath mobile home. We went with the pot lights. It just really enhances the look with the lighting. Opens it up with the light colors, neutral color, but it is off-white. Makes the space look bigger than what it really is. And if we come over here, check out this kitchen. We went with actually custom kitchen cabinets. Real wood, looks really sharp, shaker style with the black handles, black faucet. Backsplash, we went the subway tile. It's got a little bit of a design with some curves in it. And stainless steel appliances, just makes it pop more with the fridge, stove, overhead range. And behind this cupboard here, there's actually access for the hot water tank. So there was a standard hot water tank. We replaced it with a instant hot water tank, the tankless style. And also we installed the water meter. So again, back to the park, they had a list of repairs that are required by the new owner. Depending on which park you're at, some of the mobile homes, the water's included with the lot lease, and some of them it's extra. So at the time there was no water meter here, so that meant the park was paying for the water. They said, hey, once you install the water meter, your bill will actually drop by $80. So that's what we did. It was a requirement, and we saved some money on the monthly fee. So that's one of the things. And funny story, they don't really tell you where to install it. They just say, here you go. You pick it up from the electric company here, Elk Energy. So I went there, bought the water meter. It was about $400 and some change. And they said, go ahead and install it. Once you install it, give us a call. We just want to make sure it's installed properly. So I said, okay, great. I open up the crawl space access in the back of the mobile home, and I see the main water shutoff. So I tell my contractor, here's the main shutoff. Let's install the water meter right here. So I called the electric company. And I think they actually sent someone from this town over. They come to inspect it. They're like, hey, you installed it in the wrong place. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, it's supposed to be installed inside the mobile home. And I go on and tell him that, hey, no one told me this. And he said, yeah, it's basically like a common problem. For some reason, the electric company doesn't tell people where to install it. I guess you're just supposed to figure it out on your own. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a huge deal. I just told my contractor, please uninstall it from under the home in the crawl space and install it in the home where the water comes into the home. and kind of splits off to the bathroom and the kitchen. So that's where the water meter is and the instant tankless hot water. And we come over here, we have a hallway. We got 3 bedrooms and 1 bath. Right here we have the bathroom, 4-piece, the shower, and the tub. We use the same style as the kitchen cabinets, the vanity, shaker style with a quartz countertop, so it looks really, really sharp. And then over here, as you can see, is the laundry area. So we have the washer and the dryer. So I supplied all the appliances. And making our way down, we have 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. These are kind of small. We staged the home. This one's staged as an office, and you can also see the mini split head system there that does the heating and cooling. And this was where the original furnace was. It was actually an electric furnace, which isn't too common. And there is gas here. Actually, both of our neighbors on this side and on that side, they both have gas meters, and it was possible to get it installed, and it wouldn't be that costly because the gas line's right here. But talking to my contractor, he recommended to going with the mini split system, so that way it does heating and cooling, and that way it's just electric, and the buyer of the home, they're not going to have an electric bill and a gas bill, they're just going to have an electric bill. So it eliminates one bill completely. And these are high efficiency units, so maybe their electric bill will go up a little bit, but shouldn't be too much. And then this is the other door for the second exterior door. And these are the second and third bedrooms. We have a single bed here. You can comfortably fit a double bed in here. And over here we have a queen size bed, very spacious, really sharp looking. From the inside, you can't even tell this is a mobile home, really. Just looks like any other home, beautifully renovated. You know, the contractor did a great job as with the stager. This is the closet here, and this is pretty much it. On the outside, what I like about this park, this is like an A-class mobile home park. You actually have a decent sized lot, so a lot of people have a deck, or you know, many people have a shed here for storage, and there's actually a walking path right behind us, so you can just like walk all the way to your backyard and you're on a path and you can make your way all the way around. This is a really great location. There's about 6 or 7 mobile home parks in the Windsor, Essex area. So this park specifically is in the town of Essex at the Viscount Estates mobile home park. So I think there's about 600 mobile homes here just at this park alone. This is probably the best park in the area, in my opinion. And there's a few others that are competitive that are also like A+, maybe B class parks. They're actually really lucrative investments if you can buy it at the right price, and if you fix and flip it properly, and you know, manage your budget and your timeline, you can definitely make a profit. This is the third one that I purchased. I actually bought a 4th one last week, so I've bought 4 so far, and I sold 2 out of the 4. This one just got listed a few days ago, and the other one's gonna be a quick flip that should be listed by next week. So definitely looking forward to seeing how this pans out, and we are looking at making between 50 and 100,000 profit depending on where it sells at. And just to give you guys some context, I actually bought this one here for 50,000. It was in rough shape. We'll post some photos here for you guys to check out, and I put at least 80,000 plus, you know, holding costs and whatnot. Call it 150. I'm rounding up here, but we're in it for 150. We're looking to sell it for about 250, give or take. It's actually listed for 299, so hopefully we get closer to the $300,000 range. But what's really cool is I actually bought this one for 50,000 cash, and I got hooked up with a private lender, and he was willing to loan me 80% loan to value. And I talked it over with him, and I said, hey, in my opinion, you know, this one's worth about 80,000 as is, even though I bought it for 50. So he actually gave me a loan for 65,000. So again, I bought it for 50,000 cash. I got a mortgage on it. I basically refinanced it. It was a mortgage for 65,000. There were some broker and lender fees involved, so I walked away with a check for 60,000. So I bought it for 50. I refinanced it and got a check for 60,000. So I basically made $10,000 just buying this asset. And then my strategy was actually to sell it as is without doing anything, because that's what I did with the first mobile home that I purchased, and do more of like a wholesale where you buy it privately directly from the seller under market value, of course, and then listing it as is. And I actually burned up some time because I had it listed for a couple months and it just wasn't selling. So I'm like, you know what? I just have to go ahead with the renovations and see this project all the way through. And that's what what I did. So it did take longer than I wanted it to. You know, I had it from the end of 2022. At this time we're in July, so we did have some delays with the heating and cooling system and the kitchen cabinets and whatnot, but at the end of the day we bought right, so we are looking to make a solid profit of over $50,000. Definitely several differences between a mobile home and a standard detached home. So first of all, this is at a mobile home park, so we don't actually own the land, we are renting the land. And that's why a lot of investors stay away from mobile homes, because it's more like a car in the sense that it's a depreciating asset. You know, once people move in and live here, there's a lot of wear and tear, and the value of the home goes down. The reason why real estate goes up, it's not because the building or property or the structure itself is valuable, it's the value is in the land. The land becomes more valuable. So that's why a lot of people stay away from mobile homes. But that being said, they are lucrative for flipping if you can buy them right, and if they are selling in your market, depending on where you're at. And before I could actually buy this, I had to get approved by the park, by the mobile home park, because technically whoever owns a trailer or a mobile home on their land, you're a tenant of the park, because the park owns the whole lot or the land, right? So you have to do an application here at this park specifically. It's a $250 application fee, and then you have to get approved and then sign a lease, and only then can you actually go ahead with the sale. And there's just a general stigma of trailers, mobile homes. I think people just are not super familiar with them, so they just kind of stay away or shy away from it. But you know, I've been learning about this stuff for over the past year, where I bought my first one last May 2022, and I just started learning. I started asking a lot of questions to the different park managers, and another thing that I realized is each park is different. So I only buy mobile homes in 4-season parks that are year-round, that people can live there all year. Whereas some mobile homes, they're actually more cottage style, where it's only seasonal, like May to October, let's say. So I stay away from those. I make sure it's 4-season. I make sure there's a lot of liquidity in the market, meaning there's a lot of buyers and sellers. These trade on the MLS. They're bought and sold with realtors a lot of the time. Now my strategy is to go direct to seller, buy it directly from the seller off market, and then sell it on the market, because that's where you're gonna get the top dollar. And this park specifically, like I said earlier, they have a list of rules and repairs that are required by the new owner. Whereas the other park that I've purchased in Windsor, they don't have all these rules of repairs. They really don't care. In Windsor, you can rent out the mobile home. Here in Essex, they don't allow you to rent it out. It should be only owner occupied. So it's fine for flipping, but don't think you can buy it and just rent it out. If they find out, they might give you a hard time, and you know, there might be some repercussions with that. Each park is different. Before you buy a mobile home, definitely ask the park manager, what are the rules? Can you rent it? Can you flip it? Can you be there year round? Can you do certain renovations? What renovations are required? It really depends, case by case, you know, park to park, but those are some of the differences. Follow me on Instagram. My tag is Alan Abbas 17, or find me on Facebook. It's just Alan Abbas. Would love to connect with you guys. Just stay in touch and connect and follow my journey as I flip some more of these mobile homes.